Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Valiant. It's a Tier 5 British premium medium tank. It's located on the north spawn of Mountain Pass and it's under the command of ProvoBob. And he's on the Australian and New Zealand server, which means that he has bots on his team and bots on the enemy team. But this is also a two-header video. You're going to see two battles, same tank, same map, same player. Let's see how he gets on in this one. Well, he's armed with a 75mm gun, which is capable of 110 alpha, penetrating 91mm of armour with standard, and with premium rounds that goes up to 144mm. And as you know, at this tier, if you get a shot on target, unfortunately some of the bots are not being exactly helpful. If you get some of the shots on target, you should be able to get through even with standard AP, because most of them won't have armour of 91mm. In fact, only the heaviest tanks like even Matildas will have enough armour to block the shots. Well, we've got a bot ahead of us. You can tell they're bots because they've got a colon in front of the name and afterwards. And he's turning around going back. That's the Wolverine. The DW2 ahead of us is a real player, and there are some real players in the game. And I've left the names and tank types up in the team lists in the corners so you can actually see which ones are bots and which ones are not. Well, the Valiant is considered to be one of the worst tanks ever built. David Fletcher considers it that, but well, Wargaming put it into the game to say, what if they actually fixed the problems and actually made it work? And you can see that ProvoBob actually does have an ace tanker. He's got the mark on the engine deck showing that he's had an ace on this vehicle already. DSPZ. Polish Tier 5. He didn't get that one on target. That's a bot, but it's still a dangerous tank even if it is a bot. Excelsior, he didn't pen it. It's got thick enough armour that he probably needs to use the premium. He's using the premium, now he's getting pens. Oh no, that was a bad shot because it hit the top of the turret. You saw it ricochet off, and he's now getting hits from that bot. Is it a bot? No, that's a real player, the Panzer IV, and he got hit in the turret, so he's having to pull back. He's fixed the problem and he's now moving forward to take shots again. Unfortunately, we just lost our teammate. Now he's still firing the premium rounds. He doesn't need to with that DSPZ, but he does with the Excelsior. I don't think he's realised that he's still firing premium. Yeah, unfortunately at the moment the problem is that this ridgeline and the gun depression are working against him. He could fire that Excelsior and get hits, and he did. Now, not all of them are bots. The T6 Medium is not a bot. That's a real person, and so is the DSPZ. He's still firing the premium rounds. He could easily pen that thing with standard ammo. And now he's receiving hits. Okay, that guy's a one-shot. He only needs one shot to take him out. And the Panzer IV has come up as well. Nice shot. The guy's having difficulty trying to shoot him at range. DSPZ dies. Yep, he was a one shot. Nice shot on the Panzer IVH as well at range. TS6 Medium is a real player, so you don't need to worry about that guy. And he takes several rounds. One from the T6, one from the Panzer IV. And he does need to pull back and get behind one of the rocks and angle. He gets a nice shot into the Panzer IV and only 5 hit points of damage from an HE round. Yeah, the guy's firing HE because he can't pen with standard. ProvoBob's run out of premium rounds now and he's still getting pens with the standard AP. So he would have actually penned those guys with standard AP before. You see he's firing long range, but he's still getting hits. The Panzer IVH goes down. The T67 is a real player, and he's helping us, and he's obviously an experienced player because he's actually got the marking showing that he's had a high caliber. Nice shot right through the turret. And gets the kill. Nice one. Okay, T67's going back to the cap. I think ProvoBob could push on, even though he's got no premium rounds left. And he could try and take out that Excelsior. Ah, here comes the Excelsior. Okay, he doesn't need to push on. He let that guy come to him. But use this wreck as cover. Now, if he positions himself well, using the wreck, he can get shots on that guy. It is a bot. He will poke to take shots, and then he'll take fire. And the T67's come back. You see that sword symbol with a 1. It means he's had at least one high caliber. Easily penetrate through the side of the vehicle. Pulls back, tracks the guy. Oh, no, that was badly angled. He angled well, and ProvoBob didn't fire at the right spot. Okay, he's trying to go for the lower plate. I go for the turret, actually. No, that one hit just in the strongest armor. Try and get it through that hole. That's where the mantlet should be. It's an internal mantlet. Oh, he got it through the side. Well, he's got another kill. 3 kills now. Okay, he could now, if he wanted to, go down the ice road. But the T67 is going to do the job instead. The Valiant is not the fastest tank in the game, I'm afraid. In fact, it's dreadfully slow. So, it's one... Oh, T67 just got taken out by a Type 95 behind him. And yeah, I think ProvoBob now has to deal with that problem. So he's turned around to go back. Type 95's got very poor armor. The standard AP is going to be enough. He's got 19 rounds of AP and 15 of HE. In fact, he could probably penetrate him with HE rounds because, if I remember correctly, the penetration is 38mm, and he'll easily get through the Type 95. Plus, if he fires the HE at that guy, he'd do 175 alpha. So he could easily take the guy out with a few shots of HE rather than firing AP. Unfortunately, there's still 7 enemy tanks out there. Now, if we look at the team list, we can see the Type 95 is actually a bot. Yep, and behind us is another enemy tank, and that's a real player. Again, he can penetrate that guy with the HE rounds. I think the M10's hoping that the Type 95 comes up behind him at this point in time. Fires one into the turret for 99. Low roll. He's well angled. Of course, the problem is the M10 driver is experienced. Yep, gets the hit. Can he do it again? Yes, one more to kill. Go for it. Yes! That's 4 kills. And that was a real player in a very good turreted tank destroyer. The French M10 RBFM is one of the better tanks that Wargaming's actually given us at lower tier. I think a lot of people prefer that tank destroyer to the standard M10 on the American tech tree. The T95 is well angled. I wouldn't fire at that. I would actually wait until he presents a flat surface. That's better. You could do it now. Okay, so he's firing HE, just as I suggested, and look at that, he's getting big hits. And he will take that guy down with HE much easier than he would with AP. Yeah, the Type 95 is backing away because he's actually taking so much damage. The program probably thinks, uh-oh, problem. Retreat. Run away. In fact, I reckon he's probably going to be showing his ass to us at this moment. So, where are you? Oh, yes, he is showing the ass. It's thinner armor. And there's the kill. But he's only got 9 rounds of HE left and 11 rounds of AP. So 20 rounds altogether. And there are still 4 enemies out there. And they outnumber us 2-1. The only other teammate he's got alive is a BDR G1B, and I'm afraid that's a bot. So ProvoBob's the last player, real player, alive in the game. Well, despite it being a bot, the BDR just took out the enemy Leopard. And we're now headed back to our own cap. Mind you, that Leopard was a bot himself, so that may be the reason why the BDR had no problem. Of course, the BDR probably has the 90mm gun, the top gun, which is also capable of doing quite a lot of damage. If you've noticed, I put up a replay a few days ago, same player, same tank, two different maps, and he had the 90mm gun. He had a very good time taking apart the enemy. You can see that ProvoBob's actually managed to get 1 mark of excellence on the barrel of his Valiant. I won't be long before he's actually got several more. I would think if he keeps playing this tank, there's not that many people who are playing it. Now he's got a... That's a real player. That's a live one. The Panzer 38NA Newer Art. State-of-the-art Panzer 38T. It's quite a fast little tank. 5cm gun. Oh, and he's got another player now, and that's the M8A1, but he gets him with 1 shot, and that's the Top Gun. Now, he's potentially got a high caliber as well, but we'll have to wait and see if he gets it at the end of the battle. And remember, we've got another battle to go after this one. Where did that Panzer 38NA go? Is he hiding? Or did he run away? It's a real player. He's the last one alive on the enemy team. It's just ProvoBob now and the BDR G1B on his team. He's killed all the others. It's just the Panzer 38 Newer Art. Well, I'm afraid, as I said before, this tank is incredibly slow, painfully slow. The trouble is, if he goes back to the enemy cap area to start capping, and the Panzer 38NA goes to our cap, we're not going to be able to get back in time to stop him from capping out. So if he gets into the cap before we do, we're in trouble. We can see that he's actually gone back to his own cap, and he's now trying to stop the BDR G1B from getting into his cap circle. So it tells us where he is, but I'm afraid we've got very little time left. And although he's taken some damage from the BDR, 47 hit points left, I think it's going to take too long for us to get to the cap and cap out. We need 1 minute 40, and we're still some distance away. Oh dear, all that fighting on the ice road took all the time. It's now beginning to look like this is going to end up as a draw. Unless that BDR gets into the cap. There's the 2 minute hooter. The moment it gets past 1 minute 40, there's no way he can get a win, because he can't cap out unless the BDR joins him in the cap. Now, he could click on the cap to try and influence the bot to go to it, but he can't force it to, because after all, it is a bot. And there you go, we've gone past the 1 minute 40 mark, so he cannot cap out now. He can only hope that the BDR joins him. And it's impossible for the Panzer 38NA to cap as well, so at least we know that it's very likely to be a draw, unless of course that Panzer 38 Newer Art is still in the region. I must admit, I do rather like the Panzerkampfwagen Achtung 30, because it is actually quite a fast little tank. Decent 5cm gun. We've had the 1 minute hooter. He's nowhere near the cap. Yeah, he's still over the rise. I guess he's hoping that that guy is up there, but if he's not, that's it. It's all going to be game over with a draw. It doesn't look as if he's up there. I reckon he's left. He's gone up the ice road. "20 seconds. I don't think he's left himself enough time even to get up to this top of this slope. If the guy still is up here, then it's going to be very disappointing. Well, there you go. It is a draw. And here is the second battle, and it starts on the exact same spawn as the previous one, north end of Mountain Pass. Okay, game starts. Now there are bots in this battle as well, quite a number. And well, you can see that ProvoBob's actually accumulated quite a few different markers on his tank. That's a second high caliber mark there on his vehicle, as well as the ace tanker one on the engine deck. Now he's going to go down the ice road as before. 75mm gun, capable of 110 alpha and penetrating 91mm with standard ammo and 144 with premium. This battle took place the day after the one you just saw. T6 medium's going to be a good bellwether as to if there's any enemy tanks ahead of us. He'll be able to spot them. Give us an idea what we're up against. Nothing turned up yet. Okay, you can see there's enemy tanks on the bridge road, and he's been passed by another teammate in a Type 95. That's a bot. The T6 medium is a real player, and the bot has banged into the rear of the T6. Yeah, some of them are not exactly very helpful. In fact, some of them act almost like trolls and team killers, because they actually try to push you out in front of the enemy. That's what that Type 95 was doing to the T6 medium, trying to push him along. Still nothing in sight, but we'll let the bot go down there and find out. Oh, DW2, and it's a bot. The colon in front of the name, he gets his first hit. Firing standard AP should be able to penetrate the DW. At best, he's only got a 5cm gun. Okay, now he's firing blind. As soon as the Type 95 gets close enough, he should be able to see him again. Type 95 is taking damage though, and I suspect he's taking damage from the enemy tank destroyers on the bridge road. There's a 60 GFT up there. In fact, he's going to die next shot. No, those are blind shots and they're not working. Ah, he just killed the DW. Yes, he was firing too far to the right, but when he actually realigned his aim, and then he got the kill. But unfortunately, the Type 95 has died because he got killed by the enemy tanks that are up on top of the bridge road. And now we've got a Type 95. That's also a bot. Colons in front of the name. Let's see if he pokes. He's firing at the T6 medium. In fact, he fired and pulled back, and the T6 medium is getting hits. Now the question is, do we go down the road or not? And it's a good question because you see those enemy tank destroyers are probably still there. T6 medium's going to have a quick look. If they are still there, then it's probably not worth going down this road until they're cleared. Okay, well we've now got an M8A1 behind us that's come up the bridge road. The T6 medium didn't see anyone on the bridge road. Now I don't know if that is that SU-85 back at our cap. He's a live player, and now we've got the Type 95. Yes, he can get kills with the HE with this tank, and he finishes him off. Okay, so that allows the T6 medium to carry on, but he is now receiving fire from a Matilda up on top of the bridge road. I don't think he can fall back. I think ProvoBob's asked him to fall back. In fact, he should probably push on, because then the Matilda won't be able to shoot at him. In fact, that's exactly what he's done. The Matilda can't shoot at him once he gets past a certain point. ProvoBob's decided to go back to his cap area. And that might also be a good decision, because if that M10 RBFM does actually kill our bots, that is a live player, the M10 RBFM. The SU-85 is also a live player, but not a very experienced one. And the MX-40 on our team is a bot. So we've only got 4 players left, and only 3 of them are real players. On the enemy team, they've got 5 tanks left, and 3 of those are live players. The Matilda, the M10 RBFM, and the Panzer IV, which we haven't seen. Now he could be AFK back at the enemy cap area. Okay, the SU-85 is so inexperienced he's decided to come down, and he might be about to help ProvoBob to defend against the M10 RBFM and the Matilda. Now the Matilda's probably got the 2-pounder gun, which is particularly good, and in fact actually that SU-85 might get taken down by the Matilda if he's not careful. We can but hope that he's got the 85mm gun. I think he has, and there's the Panzer IV. Unfortunately he did get a shot into the SU-85, but ProvoBob was just a little too late to get some damage, and now the SU-85 needs to pull back, otherwise he's going to die there. ProvoBob asks him to come back, and unfortunately he does die, but he did get a shot into the Panzer Mark IV, and here comes the M10 RBFM, and he didn't get a pen with that one, and we took a round from the Panzer. Oh, it was actually the M10. Ouch! Now that's a big hit. Yeah, it gets the M10. Now he's got to deal with the Panzer Mark IV-H. And he's got the derp gun. He's got the derp gun. He's firing HE. Okay, so he's got a fairly long reload, but he can do a lot of damage. Yeah, the trouble is... Oh, he bounced that round. Now the SAR's turned up. That's a bot. Can't guarantee he'll block another shot from that guy, but if he can get a shot into him... Oh, he's blocked another one. He's almost baiting that guy to come around the corner. If he does, yeah, get him, get him. He's trying to take an accurate aim shot. Go for the cupola. Didn't get it through. Here comes the Valiant, the Matilda. He easily penetrates that guy. He's actually still using the AP, but the AP is enough to penetrate these tanks. Oh, narrowly missed getting the Panzer IV-H. He's not a one-shot, but he could be one-shotted if we got a high roll. Here comes the Matilda. No. And there's the bot. It's one of the bots. He's tracked the guy. The bots can be a nuisance though. One shot to kill, yes. Okay, go for the Panzer IV-H. Go for the Matilda. One shot to kill the Matilda. He tracks the Panzer IV. Oh, he mucked it up and he takes a round. He can still do it though. Oh, gets one in and now he's a one shot. They're both one shots. He fails to get the Matilda with the first shot, but he can get the Mark IV. He does. Now he gets the Matilda. Yes! And there's only one enemy left, the SAR 42. It's a bot. Here he comes. One shot in. He's going to have to hit him at least 2 more times. One more to kill and win the game. Yes! Another victory. And that was his 7th kill. So he got the top gun when he killed the Matilda. but he's won the game for his team. Very well played. Good thinking by ProvoBob to go back to his cap. Let's have a look at the end of battle results, starting with the first battle. It was an ace tanker for ProvoBob in the Valiant. He managed to get a sharpshooter for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits and managed to get 8. He got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a top gun for getting at least 6 kills, he got 6 exactly, and he got a steel wall in that game. He blocked so much damage from the enemy, at least 11 hits, and managed to survive the battle. And his win rate from that battle was 11,610, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. 2,981 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being the Matilda on his team with 2,315. And after that, it was the Panzer 38 Newer Art with 2,214. He managed to get an Orlix medal for killing higher tier enemy opponents. Now, as you remember in this game, it was a draw because they couldn't find the Panzer 38 NA in time to win the game. And so I'm afraid, yes, it was a draw, but it was still an ace tanker for ProvoBob. Probably an ace tanker as well for the Panzer 38N Newer Art, because his win rate from that battle was 19,773, and of course an Orlix. If we look at the detail report, we can see he fired 60 rounds, got 48 direct hits and 27 penetrations, 3 splash. Damage of 2,981 hit points, of which 90 were at more than 300 meters. 90 hit points were at more than 300 meters. 14 hits received from the enemy. 3 of those penetrated, 7 non-penetrations and 4 hits by way of splash. He blocked damage of 725 hit points in total. Damaged 8 enemies, killed 6 of them. And on a premium count, he earned 49,556 credits, 4,500 for courageous resistance. You get that for getting an epic or battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game. This was a drawn one. 54,056 credits altogether, but he blew through all of his APCR in that game, and as a consequence, he actually made a loss for the battle of 34,635 credits. He got 25 bonds because he actually completed a mission. 1,422 XP, 813 for courageous resistance, 894 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 3,129 experience points altogether. Let's have a look at the results for the second battle. It was also an ace tanker for ProvoBob in the Valiant. He managed to get a shellproof in this one for blocking more damage exceeding the hit points of his own vehicle, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, on top of which he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 6. In this one, he actually did get a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up with 7. And he also got a steel wall for blocking the most damage in the game and surviving. And his win rate from the battle was 6,168 win rate. But he didn't get a high caliber, and we'll find out why very shortly. We look at the team list, we can see that yes, the Panzer IV-H on the enemy team managed to get a high caliber for 2,250 hit points, slightly more than ProvoBob, and some of those hit points belong to ProvoBob, so if he'd actually taken that guy out a little sooner, it might have been a bit closer. But yeah, that guy had the dirt gun, and that's probably why he actually managed to get a higher higher number of hit points overall. So 1,936 hit points for ProvoBob was the second highest damage, and the third highest damage was that M10 RBFM on the enemy team with 1,326. When it came to kills though, it was ProvoBob who was right in the lead. He got 7 kills from that one, 5 kills for the Panzer Mark IV Aslains H, and 3 kills for the M10 RBFM. When it came to base XP, he's got that one too. 1,287 base for ProvoBob, 683 for the Panzer Mark IV-H, I had to look at that for a second, and 613 for the T6 Medium. Unfortunately, didn't survive the game. He did get killed. So, let's have a look at detail. 42 shots fired in this one, 30 direct hits, 21 penetrations. He was actually having better results with standard AP in this game. He did damage of 1,936 hit points, of which 443 were at more than 300 meters. He received 14 hits from the enemy. That's a lot. enough to earn the Steel Wall. 4 were penetrations, 7 non-penetrations, and 3 by way of splash damage. That Panzer Mark IV-H was firing HE rounds at him, and he was getting some fairly decent hits, although he wasn't penetrating ProvoBob on his shots. Otherwise he would have got a 350 hit point hit and probably taken ProvoBob out of the game. He blocked damage of 1,275 hit points, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 7 of the enemy, and did 116 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 39,138 credits, and in this game he got 80,000 credits for completing the mission and event, so his total 119,138 credits. And even though he did fire a fair amount of APCR towards the end of the game, because he got that 80,000 credit bonus, he actually made a profit of 78,359 credits. If he hadn't have received that, he actually would have made a loss of 1,641 credits for the game. But I think he was completing it. He was getting the job done with standard AP for most of the game. It was only when he had to resort to the APCR that he actually used the special ammo. 1,930 XP times 2 for the first victory, 772 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 4,633 experience points altogether. So 2 exceedingly good games by ProvoBob in the same tank, on the same map, on the same spawn. And in both cases, he actually returned to the gap to save the team, and it worked, and he saved the day. So very well done for ProvoBob. 2 excellent games. Shows that the Valiant is worth playing, even though it's a, well, mediocre tank. It's actually worth playing to see if you can get good results like ProvoBob did. And even though he was playing against some bots, it was difficult for him because some of the other players were damn good. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below, let other people know that we exist so that they get to see these videos as well, and thanks for watching.